Heh.
So we're doing something a little different this time.
This is pre-recorded footage of me very adeptly navigating menus.
Dude, I should do this. I should just like practice something like 5 or 6 times over and over again, and just be like, look at this segment.
This is the thing I was talking about. Carcinogen does, where he'll like do his Twitch stream and then just play it over again and like talk over it.
Yeah.
So Ben already recorded this segment. This is an already recorded segment. So sorry out there if this ruins it for you guys. But Ben was like, hey, I noticed that while I'm playing this game very adeptly and being very amazing, that my commentary isn't quite spot on.
That is correct.
So now he'll be able to be like, this is why I do this.
Now I've got a little bit of a... can tell you what was going on during the recording.
I got
it could actually... Oh, I didn't... So I turned up the volume there, or I...
Yeah, you heard that.
Yeah, I thought that was like... I didn't think it would capture that. But that should be the last time that happened.
Well, everyone has quit out of this video already.
So basically this is the last mission where we are protecting that chrysalis, which I briefly...
It's too loud now.
And, we got Rainer here. He is,
Oh, we're actually fighting against him.
Yeah.
And he's gonna die.
We have been, he has been called to the planet Char, by,
Char.
I don't know. I forgot the justification for him being there. But, he's here, and we have got to take out his command center, which would be, in the mini-map in teal. So it's over there. And during this entire mission, they just send over dropships, like kind of over that right edge, and they very rarely ever end up like dropping anything. So it's just like my Hydralisk just keeps shooting at them. I'm just kind of scouting around with my Queen. 75% of this map I don't have to concern myself with, but just kind of showing it off that a lot of it is just stupid lava.
So this map's weird. You just mentioned it in that like you start relatively close to the place you need to be.
Yeah. But I also have to... You can't see it actually at the top, just due to the way that the TV is set up. But viewers at home will be able to see that there is actually a timer.
Yeah, it's at 8 minutes and 5 seconds right now.
Which is for how long you have to defend the chrysalis. And you think, well, that's not that long.
But you probably get bombarded within like a minute by now.
Well, we'll see. But, so I actually set down a hatchery because the minerals, the way they're set up is like really stupid. And I wanted to turn down the volume at this point. Because I remember you guys hated hearing all the Zerg sounds over and over. But, so I planted down a second hatchery. Having 2 hatcheries obviously increases the amount of troops that you have available to train, or potential troops, since each hatchery generates larvae independently. And, yeah. So I'm just kind of setting up. The plan is, since I do eventually have to go over to Jim Raynor's command center and defeat it, I'm just going to mass up Zerglings.
Wait, so you said you have the 8 minutes that you have to survive the whatever.
Yeah.
Do you have to also beat Rainer in 8 minutes?
No. So you survive until 8 minutes, and that's all well and good. And then afterwards, your objective turns to defeat the command center. I don't think you're actually supposed to defeat the command center at this point. I don't know if it's possible.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can you defeat the command center before the 8 minutes?
Speedrun seems to indicate no.
Huh.
But that's just one run that I watched for kind of inspiration. And I didn't end up using the strategy anyway because I tried it and it was a little unreliable. I opted to go a little safer. So it took a little longer, but this mission still doesn't
You
take
can call that
long.
a slow run.
Very nice. Isn't that weird regarding speedruns? Like, sometimes when you try to take strats and use it for, like, a semi-casual playthrough, it, like, makes things 100 times worse, because, like, Their way is like, oh, well, if I mess this up, I just restart. And you're like, dude, I'm not restarting.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of times when, since they're just doing the run over and over again, they do strats that are incredibly risky, and if you screw up, you'll probably die. So usually just taking strategies from games like probably as complicated as this, or like a game I was just playing, Ocarina of Time. Yeah, just imagine me following that route, just being like, yeah, just got a wrong warp across the map.
Yeah, so in this, I'm just kind of showing like the defenses. There's some missile turrets, so you can't just just use Mutalisks. Because there's like way too many missile turrets. They're super annoying. There's Marines on the mainland. See, they actually dropped a Goliath there. So, oh, and there I'm showing off the one of the flying units that they gave two of us in the beginning. It is a queen, and it has an ability to lay a parasite in an enemy unit. And what this does is actually gives it vision, or you have the vision of the parasited unit.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It's pretty nifty.
I thought it was going to be something like the monks in Age of Empires, where they like convert the units.
No, there is an equivalent ability, but it is exclusive to Protoss. So there's that.
And then
Sorry,
Facebook.
boys.
I'm opting to get evolution chambers for melee and armor upgrades for my Zerglings. Yeah, so their offenses are really inconsistent. I've done a number of runs where I've just like just practiced this, and like you see they're barely attacking at all. They sent like one single Goliath at my most heavily defended point. Other times they'll drop like 6 Marines like where I'm totally not expecting it, and like kill all my drones. But
He alls your drones. That's terrible.
But yeah, so
This is my impersonation of playing Zerg.
Imagine if the Zerg were real. That'd be cool.
I would.
Yeah, that'd be
I would
great.
be a Zerg.
Like they're somehow intergalactic, just incredible parasites that destroy everything.
Here I'm watching
That'd be cool.
the Vespine geyser to make sure that it's saturated optimally. So I did that for like 10 seconds. Because only one drone can be in a Vespine geyser at a time. Oh, see, so we do have some attack here. So they did actually get like 1 or 2 drones.
So
But,
Ben
like,
only has 15 seconds left that he has to protect himself,
yeah.
and then onwards to victory.
So this is the only attack they did. It's like 30 seconds away from like when it's supposed to.
My waifu.
So you may remember,
Is that the person on the front of Brood War?
yes.
Okay.
So Kerrigan, you might remember during that mission where we were protecting the Zerg hive.
Oh, it's that girl. She got converted.
Yeah, the Zerg took her and made her that.
Oh, wow.
I thought Kerrigan I thought you said she was annoying in the second game. Because of love interest? What is that about?
Listen, we'll get to it.
God. Has Blizzard been listening to all those fan fictions written? Come on, man.
Terran X Zerg.
Well, I don't know.
XXX.
Like all like Blizzard stories are essentially freaking fan fiction quality. I
But
mean,
I thought
like
you just
it.
meant that it would be 2 Terrans just being annoying, but that's like even worse.
It's stupid.
Wait, so they
It's
literally made her a Zerg.
Yeah. Essentially, she's like a Terran Zerg like hybrid thing.
How did they do that?
Well, you know what you have to do now.
All right, I don't know how. I don't know really how to explain the science behind it.
No.
Well, no, but like, did they like steal her and then like?
Yeah, they took her and then they put her in that chrysalis.
There was that. You
Not
remember that one
exactly
mission
sure.
where you ended it, and then there was a million Zerg and it overran everything, and
Yeah.
then Kerrigan was at the base. That's how they took it.
Yeah.
But you know what you had to do. You had to play StarCraft 2 now, so I can get my juicy fanfic.
Oh baby,
I wouldn't mind that at all. Actually,
Ben's super into that idea.
no, I love playing StarCraft 2, and actually the scenario design. Oh, here I'm showing off Kerrigan's abilities. This is Ensnare, which basically just makes him move slower.
Why would you want that?
Well, I'm casting it on my own things, and that's,
Oh, okay. So you can use it on
yeah.
other stuff.
And then the other one is Cloak, which makes it invisible.
So in multiplayer maps, like when you're doing like online multiplayer, you can't use any hero units.
No.
Can you? Okay.
No, unless
So, like,
it's
those-
like use map settings, like special kind of fun, like user created map. But standard multiplayer, no heroes. But yeah, like I was saying, StarCraft 2, I do plan on doing.
Oh yeah, you have to do Brood War too.
Oh yeah, I'm doing Brood War. I'm gonna do this, Brood War, and then StarCraft 2. StarCraft 2 is super. The campaign design is really good. By the way, that parasited unit is still active, which I'm super surprised at. So I just have a little bit of insight as to what their base is. Not that I needed that because I've played this a couple times. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just
You're
gonna,
10 trillion guys.
I'm loading 1 million Zerglings into the Overlords.
How many can they?
8 per Overlord.
Oh, okay.
And I knew I had more. There's 3 others. I had to get 2 different upgrades. Ventral sacks to transport these, and then a pneumatized carapace in order to make the Overlords not slow as hell. So now so now we've got a dropship that's going to die. Oh, that was the parasited one. Oh, that's annoying.
Rip.
Anyway, the defenses, or rather the attacks are absolutely garbage. Like, I haven't had to add anything. There's just 2 Zerglings, 2 sunken colonies, and I'm fine. Getting upgrades, loading the last of the Zerglings, and I think I think this ends up being it. I don't take Kerrigan over. Probably should have.
I like your million overlords.
Yes.
Just they're in a rave party.
Yeah. What I was going to do was distract the missile turrets with the Queen, but the Queen's so much faster, and I should have microed at that point the Queen ahead so that they focused on it. But it ends up being okay because all of the missile turrets end up targeting different overlords anyway. So this is cool.
This is a recreation of the end of that one-turn mission.
Yeah, it's truly awful.
Hi.
So you know when you're playing online against someone with Zerg and you like see that happening, you're like, rip.
Yeah. Dude, Zerglings absolutely tear apart buildings. It's ridiculous. I was playing a lot of multiplayer today, actually. It's still fun.
Here it starts.
I dreamed you were still alive, and somehow you were calling to me.
Here we go.
So much text.
Yeah, so, people like to say the story of Starcraft and Brood War is, like, really good compared to Starcraft 2, but they're both bad. Like, it's just not... It's not great.
Rip.
So, Jim just leaves. We let him live, despite destroying his command center. All of the blue units were apparently like General Duke or whatever, and we just didn't bother with them at all. There was actually an entire other base, like, directly to our south, that we just didn't touch at all, because it's unnecessary. So we've got a little bit of story going on.
So I forget. So ghosts.
Yes.
Is that just an inherent power within some humans? Or what is it again? I forget.
So some psionically gifted humans do have the ability to become ghosts. These are elite units within the Terran Dominion, and they have I don't know exactly how they use their psionic abilities. They're
Like,
just,
I always
they're
get
just gifted. They have cloaking. They're like stealth agents.
I always get confused because the concept of ghosts in like something like Ghost in the Shell is just like your soul.
Yeah.
So like I keep thinking it's like, oh, it's soul, but it totally isn't.
These are completely unrelated. Like, a ghost is just like they picked a cool name.
What's that big blob again?
That is a cerebrate, which are one of the agents of the Overmind, or one of the typical agents of the Overmind. Kerrigan now is an agent of the Overmind, but takes a far different form. And the Overmind being kind of just an eye with a bunch of sinews attached to it and tendons. By far the most badass character in Starcraft.
So there's only
best.
one Overmind, and he controls all the Zerg.
There's only one Overmind, and he is the hive mind. So he is the ultimate will of the swarm.
But so like that thing that's talking right now, that is not part of the hive mind?
No, they're all part of the Overmind, and I assume they have some sort of autonomy, but like they're all essentially like agents. Or
But wasn't Kerrigan kind of rebelling against
They all have their own personalities. It seems like they have an instinctual kind of thing for like self-preservation and like expansion, and they have different ideas to do it.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So this is another map where we have a pre-set army set of units that we have to work with.
Is Kerrigan the one that's actually just walking around on two legs?
Yes.
So she isn't like incredibly different. She's just like a weird human now.
Yeah. And I realized I forgot 2 Zerglings at the start, so that's really good. And here I go down to the wrong door.
Rip.
There we go.
Speed run over or restart?
It's a good line. A lot of little flavor text going on. The ghost shot my my Zerglings, which sucks. And here we can just ignore everything because only the hunter killers, which are the red hydralisks, can hit them anyway. Kerrigan is super strong. She has a melee attack that does 50 damage, which, as far as damage scale in
Seems to one-hit everything.
yeah, it essentially is one-hitting most things that are like human or humanoid. Things like Goliaths or tanks take a couple hits, but other than that, pretty much.
Well, if she does 50, what do other
Zerglings do 5.
Okay.
Hydralisks do actually these hunter killers do I think 20. So they're actually extraordinarily powerful, being ranged and everything. Marines do 6 per shot with no upgrades. We actually
So a shot, I guess this is kind of like very specific, but it's only when their gun lights up that counts as a shot, even though you hear like 4 or 5 like audible shots.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And here I thought I was in a different part of the map than I really was, because there's a small event where you get more Zerglings. Here I should have just walked through, but I decided, hey, why not get these defenses anyway? By the way, it doesn't show I don't believe I go over it, but I also have armor on both Kerrigan and these hunter killers. You start with armor upgrades, which means essentially that the Marines are doing like 2 damage total. So it's actually pretty hard to get Kerrigan to die in this. Nevertheless, I almost find a way.
I guess that's a bad thing of like having your pre-recorded segment. You can just like really pick it apart and be like, "Oh, here's me messing up again."
Yeah, I do. I mess up. I've let it go most
But
of it.
that's what we all want to see. We want to see Ben being tough on himself, only to get better next time.
Yeah. And this looks like a bad situation, but remember that these Marines are
Those
doing
Zerg just
nothing.
died in one tiny second.
Yeah. They're just regular Zerglings. They don't have any upgrades or anything. So, they die super quickly. That door is locked. Here's some micro. Here's some more that fails because he switches targets. It's fine. Here's some more. Alright. It's all about keeping those hunter killers alive because they are really good. Okay, did briefly go over the armor and weapon upgrades I had. Here, I forgot where I was supposed to go, and now I just remembered. Not
You
that.
were like, oh yeah.
Yep.
So this is it's kind of a question more about Blizzard in general.
Yeah.
But with World of Warcraft slowing down every single year, do you think Blizzard's going to focus more on making like more sequels more often, or do you think they're going to just focus on their multiplayer kind of like avenues and like Overwatch and Heroes of the Storm and just update them forever, like Valve does?
Why did they stop fighting?
Cause I'm cloaked. So I went over it while you were not here.
Sorry.
But Kerrigan has 2 abilities currently, one of which is Ensnare, which slows enemy units, or your own, if you choose to demonstrate on them, and Cloak, which makes you invisible to enemy units if there is no detector nearby. Now, I think those turrets that were, like, shooting the missiles were detectors, so once I took care of them, like, they couldn't attack me, which is good, because there was a lot of Marines there, and they were actually chipping away at the health pretty significantly. But as far as your question, I think they're going to more focus on their existing properties and utility games. Starcraft 2 still has a lot of gas in it. Brood War is getting more and more popular again, owing to the remaster.
I was thinking like maybe because they wanted to have another spotlight on StarCraft again with remastering the first games. Maybe they had plans for StarCraft 3 soon, but they would probably like really hype that up if they were doing it. So
yeah, they would. And if we look at it, actually, here's an interesting thing coming up. I don't have an explanation for this, but there should be a ghost near the stairs there. Watch that ghost. What killed it?
Huh. That's pretty interesting.
Did you highlight that for a
Yeah,
second?
I was like, because I was like, what killed it? Because like if something's shooting at it, like it displays a projectile, so like it's being targeted. But that had nothing. It just died spontaneously.
Celebrate.
Yep, and here is basically beat it. So that's it. That's the end. I think I quickly. Oh wait, no. There's a cutscene, and this cutscene does get loud.
Good.
Fine.
Headphone users.
Yep. Couldn't find a way to. I guess I could have pressed the volume button on my laptop and had it go. Doop, 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 doop.
Don't you mean dude?
Yeah. So I guess for those of us who were talking during the briefing, we're on a science vessel called the Amerigo, and
The Amerigo.
yeah, and it's been compromised by us. So this is apparently the cutscene of the Terrans, who ultimately are here to demolish it or otherwise take care of that extermination or
This guy's
Of
not
us.
going to get wrecked at all.
Why even send that dude that's not like a huge cyber guy in? Why even send the normal dude in? What's the point?
maybe he's the demo expert.
Yeah, I guess.
But you know, as with anything, these guys, you know, they look like they know what they're doing. Essentially, a little bit. Even if Starcraft's original colors as the Terrans being just unrepentantly rednecky. Even if it does show, I mean, I'm
This
sorry.
is a long cutscene for the time period.
Yeah, it's actually, it's it goes on for a little while longer. What is this? What could be in here? Is it a bomb?
Thank God for cold fusion.
Yeah.
Get
and
it?
there's a nice joke about science and keeping your beer cold. And then all these Marines, they're smoking inside their helmet.
Inside their
Hey,
helmet.
are we really gonna blow this place?
Only if we see a Zerg.
Yeah, I got your Zerg right here.
Funny joke. Funny joke.
What did that even mean?
I don't know.
Okay, you got it.
Holy crap!
I've got your Zerg right here. That's a good joke.
Not alarmed at all, just like look around slightly.
Yeah, their reaction is a little subdued. I'll give it that. But when the SHIT hits the fan, you can tell that Blizzard's animators did their utmost.
Rip.
Yep. By the way, Hydralisks are badass. They're just really cool.
So is that bomb still gonna go off, or did they not arm it in time?
I don't know. It's up to this guy, actually, with the worst teeth I've ever seen.
Yeah.
So he's freaking out. He's shaking. They're focusing on him a lot. That's the best face I've ever seen.
Oh, you did it.
He did it.
Kerrigan's dead.
I actually think she escaped before this.
So
It's not explicitly made clear, but it's assumed that
that
she
guy
did.
just was like, meh, I'll
Yeah.
blow us all up.
Yeah, and before we get any spoilers,
Bye.
I end the recording.
We'll see you guys next time!
Oh wait, no, we got more.
Yay!
No, let's. Okay, yeah, it is just repeating, but
See ya!
yeah, it's over. So see you later.